Steve Kerr shocks the NBA. Some of our best players will be benched. The competition is ruthless, the stakes are sky high, and no one's spot is safe. With the season on the line, one wrong move could shatter the Warriors' title hopes. Who will survive the cut? And who will be left behind in this all-out battle for dominance?
Steve, how would you just overall assess these last 3 weeks, this preseason in general?
We've had a great preseason. We've, I think, had a lot of competition. We've had every guy coming in good shape and playing hard and playing well and playing together. And, tonight obviously was not a fair fight given that the Lakers sat all their guys, but it didn't take away from the way we played, how hard we played. And so, yeah, I'm really pleased with our progress to this point, and it'll be fun to get started for real.
Steve, your guys' first 5 made shots were all assisted. You had 37 assists on 51 made shots. How encouraged were you with the ball movement tonight and throughout these 6 games?
Yeah, it's great, and we took good care of the ball as well, and a lot of good offensive flow tonight and throughout the preseason. So I think we're getting to where we need to be, but it'll get a lot harder, obviously, once it starts for real.
What about the first 5-man group? Obviously, Steph's not there, Melton in his place, but those other 4, we've talked about kind of an interesting combo with Wiggins, JK, Draymond, and Trace. What did you see from them tonight? Was it the step forward you wanted?
Yeah, I thought Melt really did a good job of kind of connecting that group, and Draymond played a fantastic first half. Didn't take a shot, but controlled the whole game. And I like the size and athleticism with that lineup, so it sets a good tone for us on the defensive end.
Steve, what was your message to Trace at the end of the last season, and how has he looked to you over the summer and into the preseason now?
The message was keep working, keep getting better, and run the floor. I mean, we talk to him all the time. When he sprints the floor, it's you can feel it. And I say the same thing to JK and Wiggs. We need those guys to get out and sprint, and so I think Trace, the last 3 games in particular, has really been doing that, and. He and Melt have a nice connection on those lob passes, and Trace has had a good camp. It's fun watching him.
I know it's hard to take stuff away from this game in particular, but how would you evaluate the way that JK played today on both ends?
JK was good. Again, we're really pushing him to run the floor. I mean, that's his gift. His athleticism, his speed. And he has a tendency at times to kind of, get into a home run trot instead of, going Usain Bolt and sprinting and, as fast as he can. And when he does that, you feel the impact. He sprints the floor. He might get a dunk, or he'll pull a defender with him. Somebody else gets an open shot because of him. So the last 2 games, he's run the floor harder, and he's done some nice things.
And then Moody being the 11th player to touch the floor in the first half and starting the second half. What was the decision-making, the thinking with that?
We have a whole roster full of guys who are capable of being in the rotation. I have some really difficult decisions to make Wednesday night in Portland. Literally every guy on our roster is capable of being in the rotation, which bodes well for the 82-game season. I think we're going to be well suited to play through injuries, and any other absences. We're well prepared and well stocked to put a really good group of players out there. So, but it makes for difficult decisions, and we'll see where we go on Wednesday. But there's going to be, no matter how you slice it. We're gonna have to leave some good players out of the rotation. I don't know who that's going to be right now. I haven't made up my mind because I haven't seen the separation because they've all been really good.
Golden State's roster depth has turned into a double-edged sword for head coach Steve Kerr. The preseason might be over, but the real struggle begins now as he faces the daunting task of narrowing down the rotation. The Warriors wrapped up their preseason campaign with a perfect 6-0 record, crushing the Lakers 1-3-2-7-4 in their final game. But that record, impressive as it may be, has only increased the pressure on Kerr to make some painful cuts. Jonathan Kuminga, who shone with 17 points in the final game, Moses Moody, the preseason's leading scorer, and young talents like Brandin Podziemski are all vying for minutes. Yet, even with their impressive performances, Kerr knows that not everyone can make the cut. The Warriors have 13 players, but only 10 rotation spots available, so who will be left on the bench when the regular season starts? It's a dilemma every coach wishes they had, but it's also a decision that could define the team's success or failure this season. But what makes this decision so difficult for Kerr? Let's dive into the sacrifices and dedication that have made the Warriors what they are today. Steph Curry's commitment to the Warriors has been unwavering. Even as he dealt with a sprained finger, keeping him out of the preseason finale, he remained on the sidelines, guiding and supporting his teammates. Curry's sacrifices over the years are a testament to his dedication. And it's his unyielding spirit that has been the foundation of the Warriors' success. Despite the injury, Kerr and fans alike know that when the season kicks off, Curry will be ready to deliver just as he has time and time again. His leadership isn't just about putting up points. It's about setting the tone, showing the younger players what it means to be a Warrior. From his early days of battling ankle injuries to leading Golden State to 4 championships, Steph has always been the team's heartbeat. Yet, with the burden of carrying the team growing heavier each season, there's a fine line between preserving his health and relying on his unmatched talent. Kerr's challenge is clear: manage Curry's minutes carefully while making sure the team keeps its competitive edge. With Curry's sacrifices setting the example, the Warriors are determined to prove that they're still contenders in the fiercely competitive Western Conference. As Curry sets the standard for sacrifice, the Warriors' preseason dominance tells a story of a team ready to reclaim its place at the top. The Warriors send a message to the league with their perfect 6-0 preseason record, leaving no doubt about their readiness for the challenges ahead. Against a depleted Lakers squad, the Warriors didn't just win, they annihilated their opponents with a 58-point victory. The team's shooting was on fire, hitting 58.3% of their shots, while their ball movement was flawless, recording a 21.5 assist to turnover ratio in the first half alone. It's a performance that not only put the league on notice, but also reminded everyone that, historically, teams with undefeated preseasons have a 75% chance of making the playoffs. And let's not forget, every time the Warriors went undefeated in preseason, in 2015 and 2017, they ended up lifting the championship trophy. As they head into the regular season, they're hoping to replicate that magic. But there's more than just a perfect record on the line. Every player is fighting to prove they deserve a spot in the rotation, and Kerr's decisions will be critical in shaping the team's direction. With Kuminga, Moody, and other young talents stepping up, the Warriors' depth has never been more apparent. But will it be enough to navigate the grueling 82-game season and make another deep playoff run? Yet, with such a talented roster, the real challenge lies in managing minutes and keeping the bench hungry for action. Depth can be a blessing and a curse, and Steve Kerr knows this better than anyone. The Warriors' deep roster means tough decisions about who will get significant playing time and who will have to watch from the bench. Moses Moody, despite leading the team in scoring throughout the preseason, found himself as the 11th player to enter the court in the final game. It's a stark reminder that even the best performers might have to sit out when the stakes rise. Meanwhile, Jonathan Kuminga has made a strong case for a bigger role, showcasing his ability to dominate in the half-court offense and make key defensive stops. And Brandin Podziemski, the rookie guard playing through a broken nose, has shown toughness and grit, making a mark with his playmaking and shooting. These young talents are hungry. But with only so many minutes to go around, Kerr faces the difficult task of balancing development with the need to win now. This is the reality of a championship caliber team. Competition is fierce, and there's no room for error. With the regular season looming, Kerr must decide whether to prioritize the experience of veterans like Draymond Green and Andrew Wiggins, or give the young guns a shot at proving themselves in critical moments. As the regular season draws near, the stakes have never been higher, and the pressure is on for Kerr and his staff to make the right calls. The preseason was just the beginning, and now the Warriors are gearing up for the real battle. The Chase Center buzzed with energy during the open practice, as fans got a glimpse of the new-look Warriors preparing for their season opener against Portland. Draymond Green. The defensive anchor of the team is back to lead the charge alongside Steph Curry. His intensity and experience will be vital as the Warriors look to outmatch their competition. But with new additions like DeAnthony Melton and veterans like Buddy Hield stepping in, Golden State is reimagining its identity. Kerr is counting on their contributions to make up for the loss of Klay Thompson, who moved on in the offseason. This season, the Warriors will lean heavily on their young core players like Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and Trace Jackson-Davis will have opportunities to shine, but they'll need to seize those moments. It's a blend of old and new experience and youthful exuberance, all working towards one goal, another shot at the title, as the Warriors embark on a grueling road trip to start the season. Every game will be a test of their chemistry, resilience, and desire to prove that they can rise to the top once more. The road to redemption is never easy, but the Warriors are determined to prove that their time isn't over yet. As Steve Kerr makes the final decisions on his rotation, the fate of the Warriors season hangs in the balance. With the sacrifices of Steph Curry, the rise of the young core, and the hunger for another championship, the stage is set. But only time will tell if the Warriors can defy the odds and remind the NBA who truly runs the court. All eyes are on Golden State as the new season begins, ready to witness who will shine and who will sit when the Warriors' journey unfolds.